Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. I probably have a big smile on my face because today we are talking about suppressed 450 Bushmaster, the big boy. A lot of you guys have been asking me about 450 Bushmaster lately. We got the deer seasons coming up here soon. Actually, one of y'all messaged me earlier this week and said, hey, how did you get the muzzle brake off your 450 Bushmaster? And I said, tell you the truth, I've never taken it off, but I need to because we need to try out my new on 450 Bushmaster. So that's what we're doing here today. If you got one of these 450 Bushmaster Ruger wrenches, they did have some type of Loctite on there. It was orangish and blackish. Normally orange means medium strength, which takes a tool to break off. And black means, hey buddy, you're not going to get that off. I think it was black. Hey buddy, you're not going to get that off, because I'm here to tell you, it took all of my might with this thing in a vise to break those threads loose. But now that we broke the threads loose, so now we can see what 450 Bushmaster sounds like and see how good we can do with it. My can here, this is my Banish 46 from Silencer Central. Let me read this out here. It says, Banish 46, specifically designed for use with a wide assortment of rifle calibers, including .338 Lapua up to the mighty .45-70 Government, as well as pistola calibers, including 10mm and .45 ACP. So, pretty cool. Multi-caliber. You guys that watch the channel have seen me send .338 Lapua through this. We got videos on that. 6.5 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, whole bunch of stuff. Multi-caliber. The Banish 46, it can handle a whole lot of horsepower, including this 450 Bushmaster. We're fixing to find out. I just assumed the threads on this were 5/8 like a bunch of other stuff, but the threads on this thing are 11/16 by 24. Luckily, my can came with the direct thread for that, so we can film this video. Real quick, here's the bullets we're sending. Let me line them up here and I'll show you. We got some supers and some subs. It's going to be awesome. Should be awesome. Alright, here are the bullets I brought up today to test through my 450 Bushmaster through that can there. Got some House of Pain 300 grain XTPs. I'm also going to run these through the Chronograph just so we have that data, the actual speed against the sound. 300 grain XTPs, 1700 some odd feet per second. Then we got some Remington Premier AccuTips. These are 260 grain. How cool is that? That's probably the coolest looking one with those green tips. And then the only subsonic I got is a 395 grain Hornady Sub X. And that's what those look like right there. So that can ought to make these supers real quiet. It ought to have those subs going crazy quiet. But let me put these through the Chronograph real quick, then we'll go back and try to do some groups with them and really focus on what they sound like through that can. Alright, now I got my Chronograph set up. We're at like 2 or 3 yards. We're going to get as close to the muzzle velocity as we can. I'm going to go ahead and put my ears on for these supers just because I've never flung them before. But hey, we're going to listen to it. Y'all let me know what it sounds like, but first we got to get the reading of the speeds. First one I'm going to do is those 300 grain XTPs from House of Pain. See how fast these are going. 16-inch barrel, if I didn't mention that already. See the speeds here. Right at 1700 feet per second even. So definitely supersonic. We got the 260 grain Remington AccuTip. See how fast these are going. I would guess a little faster than 1700. I really don't know. Man, my camera's moving on me over here. Whoop! I got a new tripod. I hadn't figured it out yet. Hold on. Alright, now let's try this again. Here's those Remington 260 grainers. That definitely felt like it had some more sauce on it, but they were lighter by 40 grains, so 2100 feet per second. Now, let's go to those Hornady Subsonics. What were they? I'm gonna look at the box again. 395 grain Hornadies. These are the ones that are supposed to be subsonic. So this ought to be silly quiet with the can. I'm gonna go ahead and take my ears off so I can really hear the sound or the lack of sound here. Here goes those subsonics. $1,047. Hey, that's in the speed range that we needed. Pretty quiet. Let's go back to 100. I just want to do some groups with all three of these, see how they do, and make sure my 450 is sighted in and ready for catching some deers. I'm really interested to see how those subsonics group. Never tried them. Should be pretty cool. Also, we'll see the difference in where the point of impact is between the supers and the subs. Let's check it out. Let me make up a little target here. All right, now I'm gonna load 3 of those House of Pains up here in this 450, and we'll send 3 of them through the can and see how it groups for us. Take my time, focus on my squeeze, see how these group through the can, and also we'll listen to the sound suppression of the can. All right, here we go. 3 of these House of Pains. Focus on my squeeze here. This one I've got a Stirka on here, which they're nice scopes, but they went out of business. I got 9 zoomies. Like those hit pretty close. Remember, we're not going for bullseyes, we're just seeing how it's grouping. It's never been fired through this can. Also, it's sighted in with something else. Looked like a pretty nice little group there with that. Alright, I was aiming at the Remington target. Not the hop one, but I'll cross that out and fix it. Next, let's try the Remingtons. See how these do. These are those cool looking green tipped ones. We'll send 3 of these through this can. I can't wait to edit this footage. It's so much quieter with the can on it. Something else I didn't realize until I started getting into these cans. The suppressor also takes away quite a bit of the recoil. So on my 338 Lapua, I've had this can on 4570. Not only does it take a lot of the sound out of it, it takes the recoil out of it too. Which 450 Bushmaster has some recoil. Here's 3 of the Remingtons. These are hitting low too from where it was sighted in. So it may be that this can has brought the point of impact lower than from where it was sighted in. That one was grouping about the same as the others, about a 1-inch group, maybe a tad bit bigger. Now, let me put some of these subsonics in there. We'll run 3 of these. I'm going to go ahead and take my ears off, and we'll see how these subs do. It's going to be quiet. We'll see how they group. Generally speaking, I've had really good luck across the board when it comes to subsonic stuff and grouping well. But let's see how these do. Never tried these before, ever. Ooh, that's quiet. In this, it almost sounds like somebody's kicking a tin can or something. It's kind of hard to explain. See how it groups. Grouping pretty good. That one, I didn't feel good about the trigger squeeze. Let me send one more just to give it the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, so that one put them right in there. We're going to put an X on that flyer one. That was a bad trigger squeeze on my part. But let's go down there, measure those groups, take a look at it. That thing's quiet. Even with the supers, that thing's so much more quieter. You guys heard it, but let's go take a look at the targets. Alright, walking up to it. Remember, I aimed at the wrong target. So this group right here is actually the hop. Well, I got calipers, I'll put them on that. And then this group right here was the Remington. Not bad. I'll measure them here in a second. And then this down here was those Hornady Subsonics. We put two in the same hole right here. And then another one here, that's the one I said I had a back squeeze. But let me measure those quick just so we know. Alright guys, got the calipers out. Actually did better than I thought we would do. So, best group we got was with those Subsonics. If you let me cancel out that one where I had a bad trigger squeeze. Two in the same hole, one right there. 0.72 inch group at 100 yards. That, I would say, is fantastic, especially for 450 Bushmaster. Then, we had the Supersonics, the Remington 260 grainers. Again, under an inch at 100. 0.95 inch group. That sucker makes some big old holes, doesn't it? And then, the House of Pain, the Hop 300 grain load, Supersonics, 0.80 inch group at 100 yards. Don't look at that. We're looking at that. But pretty good. A 0.8 at 100 and a 0.95 with supers, and then with subs, 0.72. Pretty sweet. 450 Bushmaster is a beast. But there you have it, guys. Suppressed 450 Bushmaster video. A lot of you guys been asking to see that. Now we got some footage of it. Got some stuff on the Chronograph and some audio where we could hear how that can does on a 450 Bushmaster. Pretty awesome. I need all the savings on my ears I can get. But appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what you think about 450 Bushmaster. It's getting more and more popular. More and more y'all ask me about it. But hey, let me know what you think about how that can did. Sounded pretty quiet to me. And, like I said too earlier, take some of the recoil out of it. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you're subscribed. We got tons of videos coming out every single day, guys. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Suppressed 450 Bushmaster. Hooty hoo.
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30 on 6, 10 mil, 50 cap. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot